do me a favor? Will you put those on your laps, please? Thank you. We're just going to keep them right on your laps, and then you're going to get a signal, and we'll wave them like crazy, and then we'll put them right back in our laps, okay? Peace? We have some exciting news to share, but we're going to have Mr. B kick this off for us. So everybody welcome.
Good morning. And welcome to our assembly today. My name is Mr. Bill Spock, or Mr. B here at Meadows, I'm the teacher here. I'd like to thank everybody for attending today's convocation. I would especially like to thank all the students and classes across the state of Nebraska that are watching via the live stream on YouTube. We welcome you to Meadows Elementary for this special presentation. We are here today for an important announcement about the new Nebraska Kid Governor program. Fifth grade students across the state of Nebraska participated in the Kid Governor program this year. This included students here at Meadows and across all of our elementary schools within Ralston Public Schools. Now, it's my honor to welcome Mr. Juan Milan, Civic Education Program Manager for Civic Nebraska, up to the podium to tell you more about Nebraska Kid Governor.
Good morning, students. How is everybody? Good. I'm so excited to be here with you today. On behalf of Civic Nebraska, we are a nonprofit that works across the state to strengthen democracy, support community involvement, and promote youth leadership, civic health, and civic action. We help young people learn about leadership, civics, and how their voices can make a real difference through the Nebraska Kid Governor program. This program, Nebraska Kid Governor, is a free statewide civics opportunity for fifth graders. It teaches leadership, voting, elections, and community problem solving. Students learn how to be a leader, what it means to be a leader, how to solve and identify issues in their communities, and then they run to create a real campaign or share a three-point plan to help solve the issues they care about in the community. Fifth graders across the state then vote in an election, just like adults do in November, to select the Nebraska Kid Governor. The winner serves for 1 year, works with a cabinet of other finalists, and carries out their leadership plan with help with Civic Nebraska and their teachers and their community. Earlier this month, fifth graders from across Nebraska participated in our very first statewide election. One of your fellow students was a statewide candidate. And the results are being announced this morning. And I think I just got a message. Yeah, I just got a text that I think it's time. Can you please turn to the screen? The votes from fifth graders across Nebraska are in, and we have a winner in the statewide election for Nebraska's Kid Governor. A civics program by Civic Nebraska to help students learn about leadership, elections, and the power of their voices. There are 7 candidates on the ballot, including Alma, who is running on school essentials for every student; Charlie, who is running on cancer awareness; Ayla, who is running on kindness in schools; Kensley, who is running on creating recycling campaigns; Reed, who is running on student wellness; Victoria, who is running on protecting wildlife; and Will, who is running on keeping parks and playgrounds clean for students. Let's go now to Civic Nebraska headquarters, where the results of the election are about to be announced. Hello, fifth graders. My name is Juan Milan, and I help run the Nebraska Kid Governor program for our great state of Nebraska. This year, you participated in a very important election by voting for the next and very first Nebraska Kid Governor. You learn what it means to lead, to listen, and to take part in democracy. I am so excited to announce the results of this first statewide election for Nebraska's Kid Governor. It is my honor to report that the fifth graders of the state of Nebraska have elected, and drum roll, one more pause, Charlie as their 2026 Nebraska Kid Governor. Congratulations to Charlie! Charlie is a 5th grader at Meadows Elementary in Ralston, Nebraska. I would also like to congratulate the 6 other candidates in this year's election: Alma, Ayla, Kensley, Reed, Victoria, and Will, and all of this year's school nominees. You identified important issues, shared your ideas, and inspired students across the state to take action. You should all be proud of your hard work, and I challenge each of you to keep making a difference in your schools and communities. And to all the students who voted in the statewide election, thank you for voting and making your voices heard. Voting is one of our most important civic responsibilities, and I applaud you for taking it seriously. I hope you'll continue to stay involved in your communities and remember to register to vote when you turn 18. Congratulations again to your next and first Nebraska Kid Governor, Charlie. Thank you for joining us for this historic announcement. You heard it here. Charlie of Meadows Elementary will serve as the 2026 Nebraska Kid Governor. Charlie is running on cancer awareness. To achieve her vision, Charlie outlined a 3-point plan that 5th graders across Nebraska can join in. 1. Organize school fundraisers to support families and groups affected by cancer. 2. Meet with doctors, nurses, and patient families to learn about support programs. And 3. Create flyers and share information in schools and communities to raise awareness about how cancer affects patients and their families. During Charlie's 1-year term, she will work with Civic Nebraska to bring her plan to life and share resources that help classrooms make a difference. Charlie will officially take her oath of office on Inauguration Day in January, joined by the Nebraska Kid Governor Cabinet, made up of the 6 other finalists: Alma, Ayla, Kensley, Reed, Victoria, and Will. The cabinet members will help Charlie carry out her plan and continue their own projects across the state. For more information about Nebraska's Kid Governor, visit ne.kidgovernor.org. You can also follow the program on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Congratulations again to Charlie, Nebraska's first ever Kid Governor, and thank you for joining us for this breaking news report. I am Juan Milan, signing off. On behalf of Civic Nebraska and the Nebraska Kid Governor Program, it is my honor to congratulate Charlie Couch on being elected as the 2026 Nebraska Kid Governor. I would also like to recognize every 5th grader who participated in their school's primary election, those who were nominated by their schools to run in the statewide election, and the 6 statewide finalists who will serve as the Kid Governor Cabinet: Alma White, Ayla Ralston, Kensley Reed, Reed Malsby, Victoria Madras, and Will Milliken. Could we please give them all a big round of applause? Nebraska's very first Kid Governor. We want to thank her for choosing an important statewide issue, for her platform, and for showing leadership, confidence, and courage throughout the election process. We also want to thank her family, her teacher, Mr. Belsback, her principal, Ms. Schroeder, and administrators, Jim, Frederick, and Megan Harney, for being champions of the program and helping the district participate. And I want to thank all of the Ralston community for supporting student leadership. Hundreds of 5th graders from across Nebraska participated, and many are watching or celebrating today. We hope this experience showed that every student voice matters and that your ideas can have a real impact. Charlie, students across Nebraska chose you to represent their ideas, concerns, and values. You will serve a 1-year term, and we know you will lead with kindness, creativity, and responsibility. You and your cabinet will begin your term during a special inauguration in January at the Nebraska State Capitol. Throughout the year, you will share your platform with schools and community partners, and you will work to bring your 3-point plan to life. Charlie, you should be extremely proud. You showed compassion, courage, and a desire to help your community. And now, it is my honor to officially recognize you as the 2026 Nebraska Kid Governor. time, Charlie would like to give some great words.
Good morning, fellow Nebraskans, students, teachers, parents, and friends. I am Charlie Couch, and I am deeply honored to stand before you today as your newly elected Nebraska Kid Governor. Thank you to every single person who voted, who believed in my vision, and who participated in this incredible democratic process. This victory is not just mine. It belongs to every fifth grader in Nebraska who wants to make a real difference in our state. Before we get to the work ahead, I have to thank the people who made this journey possible. To my family, thank you for your endless support, encouragement, and for believing in my goal. To my teacher and Nebraska Kid Governor sponsor, Mr. Reed, thank you for your patience, your guidance, and for inspiring me to take on this big challenge. I also want to thank all the wonderful teachers I've had throughout my life for their dedication and for helping me become the leader I am today. I also want to give a huge thank you to Meadows Elementary School for fostering the environment that helped me be in this position. And finally, to Jim and Ashley, thank you so much for your time and expertise in helping create my campaign video. You truly helped bring my ideas to life for everyone to see. My core commitment as your kid governor is to raise awareness for cancer and to change cancer outreach in our community and state by funding and supporting as many people as we can who have been affected by cancer. The numbers tell a tough story, but they are also a call to action. With your help and hard work, I know we can make a real difference on this issue. That's why our platform is built on action. We will host fundraisers to raise money for people and groups affected by cancer, partner with incredible organizations like Camp Kesem, a free summer camp for kids whose parents have suffered from cancer, and support organizations like the American Cancer Society of Nebraska's Hope Lodge. Meet with doctors, nurses, and patient families, and print flyers to share vital information about helpful programs and spread awareness. This is a promise to raise awareness, connect with organizations for donations, and work with people who run programs to help those affected by cancer. Thank you again for this incredible honor. Let's get to work in Nebraska.
Preschool, kindergarten, you guys are doing an awesome job. We're going to get out here in just a little bit, but we have some people we need to recognize first. So if you would, hold your applause. Please see me raise my hand, and we're going to clap like crazy. I'm going to get underneath those hands, okay? All right, so here we go. We have some very special guests here with us. If you look around, you can see some adults around the outside of the gym. I'm going to tell you who some of these people are. So again, hold your applause until we get to the end. First, I'd like to recognize Charlie's family who is in attendance today. Looks like Jennifer and Charles are here. You can stand up and wave. And then Brandon also. All right, let's go ahead. Round of applause. Next up, we have a couple of representatives here from the American Cancer Society. We have Shannon Mullen and Rachel Mullen. Please stand and wave. We have from Civic Nebraska, Mr. Juan Milan, who you met earlier, and Mr. Tanner Cano are here. I don't know if you noticed or not, but you have some very powerful people here in the room today with you. You have the mayor of Rolston, Don Grosser. Part of our school district, Brian Cruz, who's here with us today. We have a special visitor today, one of the most ardent supporters of Ralston Public Schools that we've ever had in our school's history. Also a Meadows graduate, also a Ralston High School graduate, and former longest standing school board member we've had here, Ms. Linda Richards. We haven't been saying this, but she's also one of our current alumni of the year, so outstanding job. Moving on, next, we have your Board of Education here tonight. We have 6 of the most outstanding ladies, I think, in the state. I think we've got 5 of them here with us today, and I'll have them stand and then we'll recognize them here at the end. We have Ms. Robin Richards, our Board President. We have our distinguished principal of Meadows Elementary, Mrs. Shirley Brown. And finally, some of these names you've heard before, you may not recognize these people, but these are the people that do the hard work of making sure the school stays open. And we've got lights on, we've got good curriculum, and we've got all kinds of great things going on here. So let me run through the list and then we'll clap here at the end for him. Mr. Aaron Greencamp, our Assistant Superintendent. Mr. Jim Frederick, our Director of Communications, along with Ashley Melgard, our other Director of Communications. Myself. We have Ryan Plumkin and Megan today. We have Jen Pollock, our Director of Student Services. Megan Harding, our Director of Teaching and Learning. Sarah Zabrowski Gates, our Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning. And outside, Mr. Jason Fink, our Director of Building Grounds. Round of applause for anytime you put yourself out there, you run for an office, it's not an easy thing. There can only be one person that gets elected to these spots. And anytime you try something and you don't succeed, that can be something that's really pretty difficult to swallow. So it takes a lot of courage. And I read off a lot of names of some of the people that we have here today that have run for office successfully. But in order to have a successful election, you've got to have multiple candidates. And sometimes it doesn't always work out. So if you would, I'd like to have Delaney Allison stand, please. I'd like to recognize fantastic job. It's also the material she had. I'm sorry it didn't work out for Delaney, but thanks so much for running. You really represented our district well. All right, last couple things here. Anytime you run for office, some of you as you get older, you may consider doing this. Please consider running for office. You get to serve in a unique spot where you're serving to others and serving to your community. You need good people that are running for these elected positions, so please consider doing that. Also, the process itself, we live in a country that is very dependent on our democracy functioning the way it should. It depends on people being informed voters. So watch the news, know what's going on, so you can make informed choices that day when you come and go and vote. Last thing that I'd like to mention, shout out to Charlie. Charlie, thank you so much for representing Meadows Elementary, representing all We're so proud that we have the absolute first ever kid governor from the state of Nebraska. So, Ms. Schroeder, do we have any instructions for him before we discuss?